They also need to pay wages for both the trainer as well as the employees who are the trainees. The trainer will actually go with only the important aspect, but he'll forget to go for detail. You are supposed to get exposed to the theory more because you should know from the scratch, right? From the root level. The top management, they order the managers that training should happen and all the new employees should actually go for training. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidyashram First Aid College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here. Now we are in the third session of the very beautiful chapter called training. Now when we go for the third session here, students, please do understand that the first session and the second session we already have spoken about the advantages of training, the methods of training, that is the types of training. Now we'll go with the limitations of training. So what are the limitations of training? Firstly, waste of time and money is what many people they go with it. Second is it increases in stress. Too much of theory, because training is all about like theory where you go with on the job, off the job, wherever you go, it's more of people talking more about it. That is how you are supposed to do. People will lose interest, and then quality depends on the trainer's qualification. Very, very important. See, if the trainer himself, he doesn't know how to train, and what will you take the advantage of it? That is what it is. And lastly, it takes time from daily operations. So these are the limitations. We're gonna check one by one. The first one here is waste of time and money. So what exactly it is? Now, there is surely a waste of valuable resources when you go for training. Has the organization need to spend money, time and hire other people for training? So, it's always a third party who actually comes. Say 85 to 90% of any of the company where they go with training, they will actually hire the third party. They also need to pay wages for both the trainer as well as the employees who are the trainees. So you are supposed to pay to the trainer as well as you are supposed to pay to the trainees. Though you'll be getting or you'll be giving say half of the salary or half of the wages, but still money goes from the company is what they always feel. Secondly is it increases in stress. In order to keep the staff up to date with the latest trend and knowledgeable in their specific area, training staff for more number of hours can make them stressed. As they are stressed, the job level may go down too. So here what happens, just say example 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock you are supposed to work. Now that is a regular schedule which you are supposed to do. 9 to 5 you will work as a normal basis. After 5, say example 6 to 10 you have a training session. Now what happens is people will have that stress level, they don't get the proper time, and now just thinking that they are supposed to stay in the company for more 4 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours, coming up the next morning they don't feel like working because they'll have too much of stress, too much of the theory. Now there are many people who always believe that too much is too bad. So training programs for certain departments are too much theory than application. If you go for say marketing, production, sales, right, you are supposed to know the theory as well as the practicality. You are supposed to get exposed to the theory more because you should know from the scratch, right, from the root level. These kinds of lecture make it tough for employees to learn the subject. Thus, theoretical lecturers make the whole training programs boring when it's for a prolonged period. So there are few people, right? Not all the people, like only few people who goes with more of theoretical aspect and they start giving more examples, and many of them they don't even know why that person is giving more examples. And just to convey a group of people or a large audience, what usually happens, a theoretical faculty is a person who goes with like hours together, he drags a topic, and that is where you people will feel that it is bored, and you don't take even a single advantage out of those kind of classes. Loss of interest. The more theoretical if you go, definitely the loss of interest will be there. Or the trainer is training, but the people who are the trainees, they already know about the subject. They already know what exactly to be done and not to be done, but still they are supposed to attend. So what happens is it loses their interest. At times of training session which lead for long hours, employees are bored and aren't interested in their session. Data and information are thus not retained for employees who do not listen. When training programs are conducted continuously with the same data and theory again and again, the employees lose interest. This will definitely happen. Say example, you already know about how you are supposed to run a show. Still, you are sitting in a class where a person will teach you that how you are supposed to start. Now, what happens is you get irritated, but still you are supposed to be in that training session because it is mandatory that you are supposed to stay. Now, as I was telling you about the advantages of training, and I told you about Narayan Murthy attended training session. Now, understand a thing which Narayan Murthy already knows and some new trainer will come and teach. Now, definitely Narayan Murthy feels that whatever he is telling, it's all boring. He'll never have that interest because he has already learned it. But just to sit in that session and then to know what exactly it is, and the person is just repeating whatever he knows. Now, again, I'll tell you, you will lose interest because this again and again, if you start repeating, I'll tell you, people will definitely lose interest. Next one is quality depends on the trainer's qualification. Yes, this is where you are supposed to understand. If an employee is very talented at her job, you might think that she would make a good trainer for new employees. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Being able to train employees is a special skill and not everyone has this ability. You are supposed to know that. Say example, in your college, in your classes, the faculties whoever comes and teach, all the faculties are not the faculties who can attract people or who can interact more with people. There are few faculties who don't even do that. Now you can list out the same examples in your school days, and then you list out the same thing in your college days, and then you come to your undergraduate also. When it comes to using an employee to train other employees, you might move someone out of her comfort zone, and she may unable to train the new employees as you need them to be trained. So here what happens is it depends on the trainer. If the trainer is good, you feel that the training session is also good. If the trainer doesn't have the ability to teach properly, but still you people can bear them, but not more. And lastly, it takes time from daily operation. Now, another potential problem, please understand, it's a potential problem with the training employees is that you may not have enough time to do so adequately. Many companies only devote a small amount of time to training new employees, and it could result in the employees not knowing everything they need to know to be successful. The trainer may have to rush through the important part of job and skip over some of the other tasks that also need to be understood by the employee. Now here what happens is, usually the top management, they order the managers that training should happen and all the new employees should actually go for training. But the training period will be very little because you will be outsourcing those third party. Now, when you outsource a third party, you are supposed to go for the payment and all, and you will tell them that within say 5 days, 3 days, 10 days, you are supposed to wind up. Now, the minute the new employees come and you are going for a training session, now the trainer will have lot of ideas to share with it, but because of time constraints, he cannot tell everything, each and everything to the entire public. Now here what happens is the trainer will actually go with only the important aspect, but he'll forget to go for detail. Now employees cannot grab, see, all the employees are not the same level, right? It is heterogeneous. Some people can get it very fast, some people will take their own time. So when they start rushing here, what happens is The purpose of training is why? Because you are supposed to train them so that they can know what exactly the organization wants them to do it. Now, if you rush through it, what happens is the trainees will not understand that why and how we are supposed to go for it. So the trainer will only go for what only the important parts he will explain, but he will skip many more topics which the trainees should actually learn. So these are the limitations of training. If any doubt you have regarding this, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. And I'll tell you here, though training is boring, but the importance of training, the advantages of training are more than the limitations. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.